One of the first things you will notice when reading the original Wicked book is that the tone is much darker than both the musical and the movie. While the story maintains the overall theme and narrative of prejudice and identity, the way it is told varies wildly. The book is much less subtle in the way it shows how Elphaba is treated by others. The plight of the animals is more of a focus, as well as the wizard being less cartoon evil and more real-world dictator evil. It is as if they took all of the whimsy people loved from the musical away, and instead cranked the sadness to 11. It paints a dark picture of the land of Oz that is not so different from our own world. The film hints at these darker tones, much like the musical, but in execution they couldn't be more different. This book was intended for adults who grew up with The Wizard of Oz, offering a very different take on the whimsical world. The musical is much more similar to the movie in terms of the tone. However, the movie does choose to add and change different scenes that have an effect on the storytelling. For starters, the film shows us Elphaba as a child, which instantly endears her to the audience. We also get extensions of a few songs like One Short Day, as well as a few more added moments. The musical is what has propelled this property to its current form, combining the heart of the original Wizard of Oz with the realism and tragedy that come from the books. One of the most significant differences is the film's length. The entire musical lasts about 2 hours and 45 minutes, including a 15-minute intermission. In contrast, Wicked Part 1 clocks in at 2 hours and 40 minutes. That is also only the first half of the story. This is likely because the movie has added many more scenes without songs to make the remaining songs more impactful. There is also a much larger sense of space in the film for obvious reasons. You get more of a sense of scale over the land of Oz, seeing all of the buildings, creatures, and magic as they were initially meant to be seen. The film is intended to be a family-friendly viewing experience, so it cuts out most of the more grotesque aspects that were present in the book. However, the themes have stayed throughout each adaptation. The book offers a more mature and sadly realistic take on what a racist and fascist society looks like, making the story of The Wizard of Oz feel uncomfortable to watch when going back. For fans of the musical, they will surely be surprised to find out just how in-your-face the original book can get. It is fascinating to see how the same story has transitions through 3 separate mediums. How do you feel the movie compares to the book and musical? Do you have a favorite version? Please share your thoughts below in the comments. Thank you for watching ScreenRant, and we'll see you next time.